Was brought to us by Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited. Kingdom, your number one stop for all of its essentials and stationery. Now, saying it right does not come by chance. You need to read, and read the right books early in life. This is why Kingdom Books, your number one stop for books and stationery with over 40 years experience, is offering great discounts on readers and other learning materials to help your kids say it right. Now, these books and learning materials include phonics flashcards, Aesop's Fables, Oliver Twist, The Fish That Talked, Emperor and Nightingale, Growing Up for Girls, Illustrated Classics, as well as Junior Illustrated Grammar, Punctuation, and many more. Visit any Kingdom Books and Stationery Group shop to get a good discount on your purchase. For further information and inquiries, call 050-140-1050, or you could try 0244-311-955. All right, news review now brought to you by CompuGhana. Shop at any CompuGhana branch nationwide and get up to 40% discount and free delivery. CompuGhana, passion for technology. Okay, headlines.
All right, so let's start off with the economy. Yesterday, the finance minister was in parliament, and so as expected, the Business Finder says government targets 5.7% growth and pledges to revitalize and transform economy and also support us to excel under Africa Continental Free Trade Area. That's according to the AGI. The new crusading guide says Finance Minister Cracks Mahama says HIPIC is behind us, no turning back. And the Chronicle says HIPIC economic mismanagement are behind us. Oforiatta tells Parliament, and reduce take-or-pay burden on economy, or Safo Mafu urges VRA. But of course, the scripture for today is Proverbs 17 verse 16. Why should fools have money in hand to buy wisdom when they are not able to understand it? That's what the Chronicle says. But finally, the Daily Graphic says government to spend 27.4 billion covers up to March 2021.
The Daily Guide captures it this way. Government requests 27.4 billion cedis in post-election budget. Ghanaian Times budget for quarter 1 of 2021. Government requests 27.4 billion to carry out programs activities from January to March next year. And the Daily Statesman says no turning back. Ken Oforiatta urges Ghanaians to reject incompetent leaders. And on the front page of the BNFT, Oforiatta asks for 27 billion cedis financing for 2021 quarter 1 budget, plans to borrow up to $5 billion from bond market, and pins economy's future on 100 billion CD Ghana cares.
All right, so have we done all the stories to do with finance?
Yes.
Okay, so shall we listen to the finance minister from yesterday?
Sure.
Because he talked about a couple of things. First of all, he talked about the 27.4 billion Ghana cedis and what it will be used for.
Mr. Speaker, we will require an amount of 27.4 billion to carry on the services of government until the expiration of 3 months from the beginning of the 2021 financial year. The total amount is to cover government operations such as compensation of employees, ex gratia awards, interest and amortization, transfer to statutory funds, critical programs and goods and services, and CAPEX allocations of MDAs. Mr. Speaker, the programs include work on the Agenda 111 district and regional hospitals, which commenced in 2020 to ensure health facilities are available in all deprived places. Currently, 88 site plans have been submitted by the district assemblies, and contractors and consultants are being procured. The rehabilitation of Effiang Kwanta and Accra psychiatric hospitals and the construction of the 2 psychiatric hospitals in Kumasi and Tamale would also be fast-tracked. Funds have also been provided to facilitate the reopening of schools in the early part of 2021. If we continue to keep the spread of new infections of the COVID-19 virus at its current low levels.
So some of the things that the money is going to be spent on. But he also made it clear that we're going to be doing some borrowing.
Right Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, I humbly request this august House to by a resolution approve an amount of 24,434,027,434,180,000 520 million cedis as expenditure in advance of appropriation to carry on the services of government until the expiration of 3 months from the beginning of the 2021 financial year. We also request approval for the issuance of sovereign bonds of US$3 billion with the option to increase it to $5 billion should market conditions prove favorable. Mr. Speaker, I so move and I accordingly present the papers to the House.
All right, talking about borrowing, I know we'll discuss more on the Super Morning Show, the minister's presentation. But on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, the NDC says we'll resort to smart, responsible borrowing to address unsustainable debt regime.
Okay. All right, what else is in the papers?
All right, so yesterday, the Volta River Authority launched their 60th anniversary celebrations, and the Senior Minister, Yaw Osafo-Maafo, was there. So one interesting thing that came up was that VRA is looking to digitization, electric vehicles for future growth as it launches that anniversary. And on the front page of the BNF team, that headline is captioned, comes along with a photo of Kweku Ando-Awotwe, who's board chair, Yaw Osafo-Maafo, Senior Minister, and Emmanuel Intridakwa, who is CEO. And what VRA is hoping to do is to turn Akosombo into a technology hub, sort of. I grew up in Akosombo, and I recently visited the place. It's looking quite deserted. I don't know why, but it was interesting for me to hear that this is what VRA is planning to do. But government has lauded VRA's efforts, and that story is in the Daily Guide on page 6. Yep, there you have it. And just quickly on debt, let me go back. On the front page of the Daily Statesman, Akufo-Addo has cleared 2.6 billion Mahama debt to VRA, says Osafo-Maafo.
Well, so the Chronicle also has, VRA launching its 60th anniversary here. But the Daily Heritage has, this one that says a bit of a political story that says school owners and parents applaud NDC for plans to include private schools in free SHS.
Let's do some politics now. There's a very interesting story on the front page of the Daily Statesman. Ewutu Senya NDC chairman and executives defect to NPP. Details of that on page 3. And Winston and Kojo, this one, Ghana and US 2020 elections have no similarities, is on page 3 of the Daily Statesman. But that same story is also captured in today's edition of the Daily Guide on page 3. Information Minister shreds Ghana-US elections forecast. You know how we've tried to, over the time, draw similarities between who wins in the US elections and how it affects us, or a similar thing plays out here. Well, the Information Minister says, well, there's nothing like that. And in fact, in the Daily Guide story, they say that this is the first time that such comparisons between two different political ambiances are being put out on the media terrain. I'm not sure this is the first time you're hearing this, guys.
It's something that has been done since.
I think this is the first time that somebody has refuted it.
Okay, responded.
Now, since the Fourth Republic began, we have seen that comparison, for instance. So the NDC has been likened to the Democrats, and the NPP, the Republicans, both right-wing parties. And so in 1992, when Bill Clinton won, Jerry John Rawlings won. 1996, he was retained. Rawlings was retained. In 2000, you saw George Bush and J. Kufuor. And when in 2008 the Republican Party lost to the Democrats, the NPP lost to NDC. In 2016, you saw what happened also. There's something people call, there's this whole thing about neighborhood effect. And so when, for instance, Buhari won in 2015 in Nigeria, all of a sudden there was a talk about how that could actually affect its distant neighbor Ghana. It did affect Ghana because then you saw. Did it, or we had a similar result?
Is it sheer coincidence?
Wait, hold on. You see, my point is that people said it could affect Ghana, and so that it did affect Ghana is in reaction to it could affect Ghana. Right. And so then you have a situation where in Ghana the NPP also won. But if you look at it that way also, and you look at the Ivorian situation, for instance, in 2011 when Alassane Ouattara won, the NPP did not win the election in 2012. But for the American election, look, people are waiting patiently.
I know.
They are waiting patiently for
I think that's
the results. And then they'll use it to do the analysis.
To come and talk about this. But it's interesting. Ever since I became politically aware, I've known about this comparison.
But, I think what the Information Minister is saying is that there is no actual physical link. it appears that there have been parallel results. But it is not because of some physical connection. It is not that there is something that happens in America that then influences what happens in Ghana. That is his assertion. And I mean, the political analysts can, go to town on that one.
Could you ask for politics? I keep saying that when it comes to politics, you must always say things that appeal to the emotions of people, because feelings that are formed by emotions cannot be dislodged by mere reasoning. And so politicians would always try to look for the next thing that will resonate with the people emotionally. And so if it is looking like Donald Trump may lose, and it could so be that he wouldn't lose, wait, if Donald Trump wins, you would realize that there's actually a correlation between and the Ghanaian
All right, so
system.
quickly, the Daily Guide says please invite 2 Ododo candidates, and so we'll be following up on that story as we've been doing since the violence broke in that constituency, and the president has condemned the violence past there.
Bukum Banku gave some very good advice. He said get the candidates to sign a bond of good behavior that if anything else happens, they will go to jail. And see if that doesn't stop it. Online review brought to you by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, and Goyle Good Energy. And look, I keep getting excited about Goyle. Look, if you've never been to a Goyle filling station, let that be your adventure for today. Go and use your GH Link card to buy fuel or lubricants from any of their over 400 stations across the country, which means when you make your purchase, it'll be recorded automatically on your monthly bank statement and your card, and you'll be able to track and manage your expenses. Also, see how much longer your car can run on some good energy from Goyle. Goyle, Yenara Yenze. So the Cadbury Richoko My Ghana My Pride National Essay Competition has been extended to the 31st of October. So upper primary, junior high and senior high students should just send in some handwritten essays. Shouldn't be more than 400, 600 or 750 words long. And the topic is your cousin who lives in a different part of the country is coming to visit you for the holidays. Write a letter to him or her telling them about the top 5 exciting and interesting things to do in your region when they visit. Attach a Cadbury Richoko pack of 1 kilogram or 2 packs of 500 grams to all entries and submit at any of the collection points across Ghana, including Accra General Post Office, Osu Achimota Adenta and Kufuridia Post Offices, as well as Melcom Plus in North Industrial Area, Tema Madina, East Legon, Accra Central and Kufuridia Melcoms. The top 5 from each category will compete to win from a total of 100,000 cedis in prizes for the students and their school. Visit Cadbury Richoko on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Right, headlines from online?
Yes, and starting off with myjoyonline.com that says Ghana to ban or minimize rice importation by 90% by 2023. That's according to Kennedy Nyakonsa, who is Deputy Minister of Agriculture in charge of crops. He was speaking on Manifesto Tracker last night on PM Express. And SSY ECG staff chased out of office by NPP supporters over alleged sabotage. And also here, government will invest in affordable housing projects in 2021. That's according to Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta as he addressed, Parliament as he presented the 2021 first quarter budget. CityNewsroom.com says charges on power deals reduced by 30% after renegotiations. And don't drag my office into partisan politics. Martin Amidu to Mahama.
Oh, okay.
Martin Amidu, one of his writings. Martin Amidu loves to write.
Yes. He was doing a review of Mr. Ahoy's, Professor Ahoy's book, which I think is longer than the book.
Please. Oh no, I think he wrote 5 episodes to that book.
Each episode was quite hefty. Quite hefty.
Martin.
And I don't think he's done. Is he?
Oh, he should be done by now.
Are you sure?
I'm sure he's done.
Okay.
Because having raised moral issues, having raised research issues, having raised ethical issues, he's done.
You think so?
He's done.
Oh dear. Anyway, thank you guys for that. And by the way, later today we're taking a bit of time to talk about the budget, but we're also bringing the third part of Kwete Nate's documentary, and this time around he shows how these private players are smuggled into the system, so that they can then go and take advantage of farmers, take their cocoa, which is not the certified ones and then go and sell them as certified and shortchange these poor farmers. So Kwete Nate brings that revelation to us. And we're talking heavily about roads. And look, we've been doing this for a couple of days now. And every day we discover just how much bigger the problem is and just what a tip of the iceberg we've been tickling. So today we're going to see if we can take it further. We'll extend this conversation across the nation because there are bad roads everywhere. So our correspondents will bring us some reports of that. That's all to come on the Super Morning Show. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you both. It's always great.
Thank you.
All right then. So the BBC News comes your way by the kindness of our friends at Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Stay tuned.
You want your business faster? You need to bank on the fast